Welcome to a journey through time where we explore the one habit that truly separates us from every other creature on Earth. While many animals use tools or build complex homes, humans are the only species that prepares food with heat. This single innovation changed the course of our evolution and shaped the very bodies we inhabit today. Imagine a world where every meal had to be chewed raw for several hours just to get enough calories. For our primate cousins like chimpanzees, spending half the day chewing is a biological necessity. Raw food is incredibly difficult to digest and requires a massive amount of energy to process. Everything changed roughly 2 million years ago when our ancestors first tamed the power of fire. This transition from raw to cooked food provided a massive surge in available calories for early humans. Cooking acts like a form of external digestion, breaking down tough fibers and denaturing proteins before we even take a bite. By softening food, fire allowed our ancestors to spend much less energy on chewing and digestion. This extra energy was redirected toward the most fuel-hungry organ in the human body, the brain. Scientists believe that the invention of cooking was the primary driver behind the rapid growth of the human brain. As our brains grew larger and more complex, our digestive systems actually began to shrink. Because cooked food is so efficient, we no longer needed the massive guts required by other great apes. Our teeth also became smaller over hundreds of thousands of years because we no longer had to grind through raw meat and roots. The famous cooking hypothesis suggests that we are biologically adapted to eating cooked food. In fact, modern humans struggle to survive on a strictly raw diet in the wild without modern processing tools. Cooking also kills dangerous bacteria and parasites, making a wider variety of food safe for us to consume. This ability to detoxify plants and preserve meat gave early humans a significant survival advantage. Beyond biology, the act of cooking created a brand new social structure centered around the communal hearth. Sharing a cooked meal encouraged cooperation, communication, and the development of language. While a lion eats its kill alone or in a frenzy, humans gathered to wait for the fire to do its work. This patience and social bonding laid the foundation for human culture and community. You might wonder why other intelligent animals like dolphins or crows never started cooking their meals. The primary reason is the mastery of fire, which requires a specific set of physical and environmental conditions. Being land-based creatures with nimble hands allowed us to manipulate sticks and stones to create sparks. Most animals have an instinctive fear of fire, but our ancestors learned to see it as a tool rather than a threat. Once we mastered fire, we gained the ability to transform the chemistry of our environment. Starchy vegetables like potatoes are nearly indigestible when raw but become nutritional goldmines when boiled or roasted. This unlocked a massive new range of food sources that were previously off-limits to our ancestors. The heat from cooking also releases more nutrients from meat, providing the essential fats needed for brain health. Over time, our bodies became so reliant on this process that we became the only obligate cooked food eaters. If you look at the anatomy of a gorilla, you will see a large midsection designed to ferment raw vegetation for hours. Humans lack that fermentation chamber, making us highly dependent on the high-quality energy of cooked meals. This biological trade-off allowed us to spend our days thinking and creating instead of just foraging and chewing. Even the way we taste food has been influenced by our long history with the flame. We are naturally drawn to the flavors created by the Maillard reaction, which occurs when food is browned. This chemical reaction creates hundreds of different flavor compounds that signal high nutritional value to our brains. No other animal on the planet seeks out these complex, heat-altered flavors quite like we do. While some captive chimpanzees have shown a preference for cooked potatoes, they lack the means to produce them in the wild. They cannot maintain a fire or understand the long-term planning required for complex food preparation. Cooking is essentially the world's oldest and most important technology. It allowed us to migrate to colder climates where raw food was scarce but fire provided warmth and nutrition. Every kitchen in the world today is a direct descendant of those first primitive campfires. From the simplest grilled meat to the most complex molecular gastronomy, the principle remains the same. We are the cooking ape, a species defined by our unique relationship with heat and nutrition. Understanding this history helps us appreciate how much our diet has shaped our identity as a species. Without the spark of that first fire, we might still be spending our days chewing leaves in the forest. Next time you enjoy a warm meal, remember that you are participating in a 2 million-year-old tradition. Cooking is not just a chore or a hobby, it is the very thing that made us human.